Hi, welcome back. This is the second in a short series of videos leading up to a bigger video I'm working on. This video is adapted from a segment in that one. I'll be referencing some info that I presented in the last video, so I would recommend you watch that one if you haven't, because that'll help you get the most out of this. This time is going to be fun, because I get to talk about Amanda. We're going to take a look at Max's 2 romance options and see how they reflect the themes and the goals of the story. We're also going to see how they relate to Max. We're also going to start investigating the way choices are constructed and presented in the game, and the game's relationship to the player. For now, just Amanda. Let's get started. Max has 2 primary love interests, Amanda and Vin. The 2 of them have very different approaches when it comes to Max. They're some of the game's most important characters thematically speaking. Like, the game is almost as much about Amanda as it is about Safi, in ways you might not expect. In the last video, I talked about the 2-headed wolf, and while I did so, I used Amanda to represent the good wolf, and Vin to represent the bad one. Amanda is positive strategies, Vin is negative strategies. Amanda is a supportive force, while Vin is a destructive one. Yes, it really does run this deep. This is exactly how these relationships are constructed. They're extensions of Max's ability to cope and heal. Remember that quote from Wilma Mankiller? Which one is winning? The one you feed the most. The one you choose. Curveball, real quick, we're gonna go back to the beginning.
I'm back in the fucking building again!
Remember Max's first line.
There's a lot you don't know about me.
Last video, I pointed out how this line reflects the overarching ideas of the game and the other characters. But the most important thing that I didn't talk about then is what it means for Max. People not knowing anything about Max is part of her core urge to plagiarize from Local. Letting people in means having to confront her trauma, which she never wants to do. Max avoids opening herself up all the way through the game. Max protects herself with walls, keeping everyone else a good distance away. These walls obstruct the past primarily, but also Max's feelings as a whole. Safi has to snoop through Max's wallet to get anything, which is morally dubious, and she frequently comments how rare it is for Max to share anything about herself.
You never talk about yourself. Would it kill you to open up the teeny tiniest bit? Oh, a Max biography nugget. Those are rare. One of these days, I'm gonna find out what you're running from, Max Caulfield. That's a promise.
Safi learns the most about Max when she literally breaks into her house. Surely there's nothing going on subtextually there. The first line of the game is actually Safi's.
I didn't know you were a criminal mastermind, Miss Caulfield.
Even Safi, Max's closest friend, knows basically nothing about her. And Max knows barely anything about Safi, too. Don't think about that right now. The only ones who manage anything substantial from Max are Amanda and Moses, the 2 most open and honest characters in the game, but also, surprisingly, Vin, for reasons I'll get into in his video. Oh, I've been waiting for a chance to point this out. So, look at what Amanda, Moses, and Vin's outfits have in common. Amanda and Moses both have their jackets completely open, and Vin similarly has his blazer unbuttoned. Amanda and Moses are vulnerable. Vin's vulnerability is there, but messy and mostly concealed. This follows through to the end of the game where Amanda and Moses are the only characters to get a new unique outfit. At the end, Amanda has no coat, no jacket, and she's even wearing less makeup. She has a short sleeve shirt and skinny jeans. She's as open as possible. I'm gonna point out some more design details later too, stay tuned. The end of the game has Max resolve her reservations. She explains everything to everyone and says,
No more hiding or running away.
what caused this development? Why does Max change like this? Well, that's why we're here today. To be clear, relationships are not the only reason this happens, but they're a big part of it. I'm gonna start with Amanda, because I love her, but also because talking about Vin will be easier if we do it this way. In her journal, Max asks, that is so hard to say. Fuck me! In her journal, Max asks, is she perfect? Okay, calm down, Max. Nobody is perfect. But could she be perfect for me? I think a romance with Amanda greatly enhances the story. It borders on being the proper canon romance, given that Max, when left to her own devices, picks Amanda every single time. Don't think about it right now.
Oh no, I've only got grape.
Then I guess you'll have to make it up to me.
Max and Amanda have so much chemistry that it honestly feels like a crime to not let them date. A friend Amanda, though, is basically all the same great things, just without the flirting and the girls kissing.
Ooh, no fun.
But why does Max like Amanda? And why does Amanda like Max? Well, Max envies Amanda, at least a little bit.
What a woman.
Take a look at this graffiti from the nebula. That's a spitting image of her, is it not?
I wish I could do my eyeliner like that. And my hair.
Amanda has a similar face, the same eyeliner, and the same bangs. What's the woman in the art doing, though? She's looking back at a skull, disapproving, not really showing much care for the death at her back. What does Max explicitly point out about Amanda?
She's always so unfazed. How? How?
Max envies Amanda's stability. She envies her confidence. She envies her intelligence.
You are a very smart woman. Goddamn. Stupid, Max. Stupid, stupid.
There's also this.
Hey, principals can be hot. I'm serious. I will write you an essay. Passion is very sexy.
There's more I could say about this, but I'm gonna save that for later in the video. So why does Amanda like Max then? Well, I mean, it's stated pretty plainly for us.
God, I certainly have a type. I have a thing for emotionally unavailable women.
Is that why you like me?
Probably a big part of it.
What's in the Max journal?
Hot's definitely there. And mysterious. Hoping you can help me fill it out a little more.
Max is Amanda's type, against her better judgment. Amanda is literally thinking, I can fix her. Fun detail.
Amanda recommends misery cult, huh? I can work with that.
Max is almost obsessed with her own misery. She doesn't let people in, she hangs onto it, and she simmers in it. She's the center of the nebula. How do I know this is about Max? What's the other imaginary band? Revenge Horse. Max never gets to see Revenge Horse. It's Safi, you get it. I think Amanda could be drawn to Max's passion.
I tend to go for women who don't feel the same way about me. And I need to know I'm not just projecting.
Listen, what did Max do last time she had a girlfriend? Yeah. Need I say more? Anyway, Max and Amanda are also really similar in a lot of ways. Amanda says wowzers.
Wowzers.
She tells the worst jokes ever, and
I'd probably just put on Return of the Living Dead and eat an entire pizza by myself.
Never encountered a mood that couldn't be improved by demolishing an entire pizza solo.
those scenes are less than 20 minutes apart, by the way, if you think I'm insane. So Max and Amanda's relationship has two primary conflicts. Well, ignoring Max's PTSD. First is Max's reluctance to be vulnerable. And second is Amanda's impatience. Max and Amanda challenge each other to be their best selves, which is what a great relationship really looks like. Max starts to open up, and Amanda slows down and proceeds carefully. It's established pretty strongly.
My therapist says I latch onto people too quickly.
She's a U-Haul lesbian. Amanda recognizes that though, and she's working to form healthier and stronger relationships. It's very admirable, especially Amanda's ability to calm herself down and communicate her feelings properly when she's upset. I think it's especially important that Amanda places the responsibility to open up in Max's hands, as opposed to Safi's constant probing. We can see this all summed up in a short scene in chapter 4, Considering You're Dating.
To be honest, I don't like that part of you that keeps yourself hidden from me.
I don't want to. I want to tell you everything.
But you can't.
Not now, at least. Could you maybe give me some time?
I know what I want. I'm not always patient when I do. But I'll try. For you.
At the end of the game, before you speak to her, Amanda will make a post on Crosstalk reflecting on the storm. A friendly Amanda will say, "Though what helped me was befriending one particular weirdo, even if I don't know as much about her as I should." This leads us back to where we started. While Amanda doesn't push Max as a friend, that desire still exists. Max calls Amanda perfect, and as she acknowledges herself, nobody is perfect. Something I love about Amanda's character design is that she has uneven bangs, representing this imperfection of hers. And that's ignoring her outfit. Girl, what the hell? I can pattern clash on my own without the imitation velvet, thanks. I mean, at least she's aware of it. That's kind of awesome, isn't it? Max is probably right to say Amanda is perfect for her, though. Amanda is very flawed, but she has the perfect set of traits to not only make Max fall flat on her face, but also challenge her to improve. Max is the same way to her. They're both so deliriously attracted to each other that it is genuinely difficult for them to make good decisions. But Amanda's desire and inclination to make those good decisions creates the drama that makes the relationship engaging. After Safi dies, Amanda gets ghosted by Max for a couple days, and ultimately goes over to the Hellerton house to help her out. She comforts her, she brings her food, and gives her advice while trying to lift her mood. And she succeeds. Impressive. A big part of Amanda's character is that she's emotionally intelligent. Some could criticize her for talking in therapy speak, but I think it's done incredibly well in Amanda's case. She's acutely aware of all of her problems, and she's constantly in her own head. She knows how to be supportive too, though, and she knows how to communicate her feelings. Amanda knows Max is having a hard time, and she knows that starting a relationship now wouldn't be good for either of them.
I can handle it. I've dealt with tough shit before.
But I can't handle it. And it's not what either of us needs, at least not right now. Trust me.
She's still super into Max, and a date Amanda Max definitely reciprocates.
I love watching her work. Oh shit, that's weird. Do not say that out loud, Max.
Amanda's super sweet, and she does a really good job of comforting Max at every opportunity. I especially like this one moment when Amanda's walking with Max to the North Quad. Max is zoning out, probably nervous about talking to Yasmin about Safi's death. She stares ahead at the door. Amanda looks at her, smiling, and then realizes. She steps into Max's gaze, breaking her trance and then affirming that she's there for her.
Will I see you later?
You know where to find me.
So much is communicated silently, like the way they look at each other. It's so good.
Fuck me.
The greatest part of Amanda's role in the game comes from Living World Amanda. She was ghosted by Max for no reason, and she's hurt, but she lets it slide after Max apologizes with a fake explanation. I find it very important to point out that she never brings this up again. Amanda doesn't like it when Max is dishonest, and she knows when she's lying. But despite that, she never makes it a problem. She communicates about it, and that's the end of it.
Shit happens. I won't bug you about it. Just didn't love it.
Living Amanda will eventually help out a lonely Max during Chapter 3, where she offers her a date to an imaginary version of the concert they were going to see. It's adorable. Probably the best scene in the entire game.
Maybe tomorrow, my existence won't make things worse for everyone around me.
She's appalled Max can hate herself so much. It's a reaction only someone who's completely enamored with you can have. Amanda leads her to the couch, where she really tries to comfort her and get her to open up, but this quickly gets away from them because they really want to make out. Okay, so before I really dive into the minutia of the scene, I want to skip forward a little bit. After the storm in Chapter 5, the dead and living timelines merge, and so Amanda remembers both shutting down her and Max's romance and also making out with her on the therapy couch. While already pretty confused, this makes her feel kind of betrayed. Although it probably wasn't intentional, Max did end up disregarding Amanda's wishes when they kissed. It was kinda shitty. I said probably unintentional because Max explicitly points out,
Oh shit. This Amanda never talked to me about slowing down our relationship.
That being said, Max has the defense of getting swept up in the moment and maybe being a little bit drunk. Put a pin in it. At the end of the game, Amanda says she needs some time. I didn't fully understand this at first. I thought it must have been like a semi-forced reset on the relationship for the next game. But no. This is genius. It's gonna take a bit to explain why, but stick with me. When Max talks to Amanda here, a few very important things happen. First, Amanda once again brings our attention to Max's lack of communication.
Any more secrets, or do I finally get to know you now?
Then, she calls out Max's mistake. Amanda's conflicted, pulled in two separate directions.
If it weren't you, I don't know how down I would be to play Lois Lane. But it is you. And I like you.
Pay close attention to this shot. Max takes a step forward, Amanda falls back.
I think I need time to sort out my shit. Give me a little.
Remember the nebula. Dialogue is not just surface level. To demonstrate, let's go back. Pay attention to the blocking of this scene.
Of your friend Amanda.
And now take a look at this one. It's the same, but they've swapped places. Max is now in Amanda's position. The onus is on her to make the right choice. Look back at Chapter 5. It's the same. Amanda is now the one with a full plate. This is a motif, but why does that matter? A romance with Amanda is a test for Max, and one that's really easy for the player to not consider. Max needs to get better, and she needs to be ready to date someone like Amanda. Amanda knows it, and Max knows it too, but Max fails that test when she kisses living Amanda, even though she's literally a world removed from the situation. Max is still in the same position. Living Amanda just doesn't know that. What Max needs is time. What Amanda needs is stability. Dating Max, in the condition she's in, disrupts Amanda's stability. Dating Amanda, at this moment, only complicates Max's healing process. Kissing Amanda is selfish. The important detail about the romance path is that it only adds more conflict. Yes, you get the initial reward of the kiss, but from then on, it's only more problems. Amanda is more conscious of Max's lack of communication, and the storm affects her a lot more than it would otherwise. That's not necessarily to say that romancing Amanda is a mistake, it's just that it emphasizes Max's problems. To look even deeper at this situation, let's look at the framing here. When Max chooses to kiss Amanda, that's not what happens. Instead, Max taunts Amanda to kiss her.
Are you trying to break me? Max Caulfield, you are the worst.
Don't mistake me for criticizing the scene or Max here. It's literally one of my favorite moments in the whole game, but you have to remember that the game communicates in subtext as well as pure text. Max doesn't accept Amanda's invitation. She refuses to answer. She sends it back. It's a perfect reflection of the mistake that she's making here, not accepting what Amanda told her. The scene even has this blink and you'll miss it moment from Amanda. She looks down, lost in thought. She loses her smile, and then she shakes the thoughts away. Then she starts smiling again. What happens immediately after this? Amanda de-escalates and insists that they stop there.
I'd like to be able to tell my therapist I made good choices this week.
She knows. If Max wants to date Amanda and then pulls away from the kiss, it's not a cold rejection. She accepts what dead Amanda told her.
I like you. A lot. But my life is in shambles right now. And it wouldn't be fair to bring you into it.
Fuck. You're right. Even though I wish you weren't.
Maybe another time we can make this work.
Yeah. Another time.
It's cute. Notice the way the scene directly parallels the scene in Chapter 1 rather than just evoking it. The music still kicks in, and rather than focusing on the beauty of their intimacy, it hones in on the beauty of their understanding. It's equally tender, but lacks the physicality. This game is so good, dude. I think this is the quote-unquote correct choice. It's reinforced visually, textually, and thematically. They end the scene looking a little sad, but the game says that's okay. They love each other, and they know it. And that's beautiful. That's enough. How could they show they care more than wanting what's best? How could Max treat Amanda better than to learn from her? Max isn't rejecting her, she's showing she loves her in the truest way possible. This is Max listening to her good wolf, positive healing strategies. So to be clear, the post-kiss ending with Amanda is not a negative ending. It's a positive one, but it's a lot more complicated. Amanda still wants to date Max. Max still wants to date Amanda.
And then who knows? Maybe you can win me back.
Challenge accepted.
That's not a possibility. It's a promise. Either way, kiss or not, Max and Amanda are left on a perfectly bittersweet note. It wouldn't be a fictional lesbian pairing if it didn't end in at least melancholy, right? This is probably the most difficult choice in the entire game. You're weighing the value of immediate and delayed gratification. And it's not just Max. It's you. Take out that pin, you are getting swept up in the moment. It's brilliant design. It puts you into the exact frame of mind that Max is in at this moment. Why is the kiss presented positively if it's the wrong choice? Because we're experiencing it through Max. She's in heaven, and thus so are we. Similarly, I kind of feel like the way the camera changes in the pull away scene furthers this idea in a different way. We're at their backs. We're separated from the moment. It's not ours. It's theirs. It's like the game is pranking you here. Everything builds up to you wanting to kiss Amanda, that you just disregard all of the other context. And then when you make this mistake, then the game gets to criticize you for it. And that's why the ending with Amanda is so ambiguous. I'll spare you from the red pill this time, but know that this goes a lot deeper than you might think. You can never see the game the same way again once you know about it. Amanda incentivizes good decisions from the player. Her entire design is built around healing. Notice the turquoise jewelry she always wears. In native culture, turquoise is a charm of healing and protection. The other color in her jewelry is orange. This could either represent the sun, Max, and its ability to change and inspire growth, or it could symbolize caution. Notice how in Chapter 5, her new outfit has a predominantly orange necklace rather than a turquoise one. She's more cautious, or even closer to the sun. On this necklace is what could be an owl's talon, communicating further her connection to Max, or maybe her need to understand the current situation, as owls are notoriously associated with wisdom. I can't say much about the meaning of Amanda's jackets or anything, though they probably have something to them, but I mean, look at these jackets. Great jackets. They're Pendleton jackets, another thing connecting to Amanda's heritage. Max and Amanda also both wear flower necklaces, representing growth for the both of them. Now, we can look at the hidden role of Amanda in this game, a foil to Chloe. At some point, I made a joke to myself that Amanda is like Chloe with therapy. And while that isn't completely accurate, it opened my eyes to something huge. Where Chloe is mean, demanding, and destructive, Amanda is kind. She tries to be patient, and she's vulnerable. The way Max reacts to Amanda on the couch clues us into this. She doesn't answer Amanda's question about her day, but instead asks,
Why are you so nice to me?
Max's history mainly involves that toxic relationship with Chloe. I know it's partly her avoiding the subject, but that being the response she goes with says a lot. I feel like the game only puts more focus on this contrast as Max is prompted with the dialogue choices about bitchy women, which we all know who she's talking about here. Amanda also specifically calls Max Super Max at the end of the game in a romance route, which in some way further enforces that connection. Amanda shares pretty much all of Chloe's positive traits, and any negative ones she shares, she's aware of and trying to resolve. They're even both live indie music heads.
Ready for the mosh pit, Shaka Bra? Maybe not. Let's thrash, Shaka.
Okay. Let's pretend you said something normal, but basically that.
This is why Amanda is perfect to Max. Amanda isn't pandering to you, audience. She's just literally the perfect love interest. After all my fucked up shit, don't I deserve a little happiness? And I feel that when I'm with her. I forget everything but us when she's looking at me. I still can't stop thinking about her. Amanda leads Max to make healthier decisions. She inspires change. She encourages growth. Amanda is everything Max wishes she was, and Amanda tells her that she can be it. Amanda teaches Max that being loved is easy and unconditional. This is a realization communicated through the ending theme, September. This is why Amanda is a foil to Chloe. I was alluding to it a little bit in the last video, but this is where double exposure really starts to unravel. Everything is about Chloe. Chloe is difficult. Chloe loving Max is conditional. Max always had to try for Chloe. Sure, I thought the same thing about us once, didn't I, Chloe? That we were perfect? Okay, I can already imagine a comment right now. But Amanda is always criticizing Max, forcing her to change. That's a contradiction. No, it's different. Max had to chase Chloe's approval. Max doesn't have to chase Amanda's. Amanda's issues with Max are real problems. Not, why didn't you steal money from charity, Max? She isn't putting Max down. She's communicating so that she can improve and be happier. Amanda is literally never in the wrong in any of these cases. Notice how Amanda always reaches an understanding with her, too. Sorry if I was a little hard on you. Just don't be a stranger, okay?
But I'll try. For you. But it is you. And I like you.
She's so hyper-aware of everything that it weighs down on her. She feels too much. She reacts quickly and intensely, but She's able to slow herself down and communicate clearly. Amanda latches onto people too quickly. It's an extension of the same problem. Amanda knows what she wants, and she isn't patient when she does, but she's trying to be. Max is Amanda's test just as much as Amanda is Max's.
I'm surprised you let them do anything. You're kind of a control freak.
I am not. It's just my bar. Whatever, shoo, go enjoy the party.
So bossy.
Anyway, here are some other details I like about Amanda. Samantha Bowling gives maybe the best performance in the entire game, and it really adds to Amanda's charm. The snapping turtle is democratically managed. Based? It also just looks like a great place to hang. I really want to go there. I love the way Amanda cares so much about art and the way she makes it a part of the bar. I like how the game makes it a point that everyone in the area is obsessed with her. The name Amanda means she who must be loved. Amanda has little wrinkles around her eyes, a sign of age, or smiling way too much, or crying. I'm telling you, this game never skips a beat. It also makes me wonder how much older than Max she is, because depending on that number, she might have just gotten even hotter. Amanda is also explicitly trans-inclusive, which, I'm on my knees. I think one of my biggest reasons for getting attached to this game in the way I did is because of this relationship. It's rare for me to root for a fictional couple as much as I rooted for Max and Amanda. I can absolutely see why Max falls for her. This shit was so good, I wrote fan fiction. No, you can't read it. Amanda brings out everything good in Max. She points us towards some of the game's main sources of meaning, being in Native and specifically Cherokee spirituality. She engages Max with her primary inner conflict and is fundamental in her resolution of it. More than that, she challenges the player to make better choices. She directly confronts Max's past with Chloe and simultaneously our relationship with that as an audience. She also gives us maybe the best kiss scene in anything ever. I will not tolerate Amanda slander.
She's just so hot.
Okay, that's all. Come back next time for Vin, and like and subscribe or whatever.
アマンダって本当イケてる。